They said success would be good, that when you had the money, status, or respect, you'd finally get there. But here is the unflinching truth the Stoics understood centuries ago. Success is not about arrival, it is about sticking it out. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "Ambition means tying your well-being to what other people say or do. Self-indulgence means tying it to the things that happen to you. Sanity means tying it to your own actions." Let that sink in. The contemporary world gives you a lie, that success is quantified in applause, praise, or likes on a screen. To a Stoic, this is insanity. Success does not lie outside, it lies within. And that is why so many pursue success, but feel empty when they achieve it. They believe they have climbed to the peak of the mountain, only to find that the top is cold, isolated, and temporary. The brutal Stoic reality. Success is not what you gain, it is what you can endure. Can you bear failure without folding? Can you keep your ego under control when people fawn over you? Can you stay calm when the world burns down? This is why Seneca cautioned, "Success is not greedy, it is you who are incapable of being satisfied." The Stoics taught that pursuing wealth, fame, or accolades without first becoming the master of yourself is like attempting to fill a cracked jar. It will never be full. But here is the truth bomb. The Stoics didn't even care about success as we currently understand it. Success, according to them, wasn't about winning the world. It was about not losing yourself while trying. And that is where the contemporary world goes wrong. You believe success is simplicity, but the Stoics were aware it is burden, duty, weight, the kind that shatters you or molds you. And here is the question: what will happen to you? Because the truth is, all your successes carry an unseen weight. The wealth attracts resentment. The glory attracts criticism. The power attracts foes. Most people fail these trials. They break, they betray, they lose themselves. But the Stoic doesn't. The Stoic doesn't view success as a reward, but as yet another battlefield. An opportunity to demonstrate discipline, restraint, and inner strength. That is why Epictetus remarked, "It is not things that disturb us, but our judgments about them." Success to him wasn't about dominating the world, it was about dominating the self, regardless of what the world gives you. So here is the hard Stoic reality. Success will not save you. Success won't make you whole. Success won't stop your pain. It will merely reveal what you already are. If you are weak, success will destroy you. If you are undisciplined, success will ruin you. But if you are strong, self-disciplined, and grounded in goodness, success won't change you. It will reveal you. And that is why most aren't prepared for success. They pursue it, but they cannot handle its weight. The Stoics would say to you this: don't pursue success, pursue strength. Because without strength, success is just a trap. We all enjoy the success dream, the houses, the cars, the accolades. But what they don't enjoy, and what the Stoics never remind you, is the cost. Marcus Aurelius was straightforward. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. That is, obstacles aren't accidents. They're success. But here is the harsh truth. Most folks desire success without scars, growth without hardship, victory without cost. That is why they fail. The Stoics would laugh at our contemporary shortcut obsession. Hack your way to riches, manifest your dream life, 10 easy steps to success. Easy to the Stoics. That word didn't exist. Epictetus wrote, "Do you not know that life is a soldier's service? One must keep guard. Another go out to reconnoiter, another to fight. Life is a war. Victory is achieved through perseverance, not comfort. And if you are not willing to bleed for it, then you are not ready at all. Consider it. You desire wealth. That equates to long hours, discipline, and merciless financial decisions. You desire mastery. That will take years of repetition, failure, and frustration. You desire respect. That will require you to hold yourself in higher regard when no one is looking. Seneca penned. Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body, to the Stoics. Pain was not a punishment, it was training. And here is the cold Stoic reality. If you are not going to pay the price, you don't deserve the reward. Let me set the scene. When everyone else is sleeping, you'll be working. When everyone else is indulging, you'll be sacrificing. When everyone else is chasing pleasure, you'll be embracing discipline. That's why success is rare. Because pain filters out the weak. Most will quit when it gets uncomfortable. Most will complain when it gets unfair. The Stoic, he doesn't complain. He expects it. He welcomes it. Because he knows. Comfort is the enemy of greatness. The modern mind craves convenience. The Stoic mind craves resilience. The modern man shuns pain. The Stoic man employs it as fuel. The modern man shuns sacrifice. The Stoic man understands. It is the only way to develop strength. And here is the paradox. The same pain you flee is the same pain that strengthens you. The same struggle you shun is the same struggle that entitles you to success. It is not about what you win. It is about what you are willing to lose in order to win sleep, comfort, approval, ego. If you can't sacrifice those, you'll never rise, Seneca again. No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself. Do you get the genius without adversity? You are untested. Without sacrifice, you are empty. Without pain, you are weak. The Stoics understood. The man who shuns adversity shuns greatness. The man who welcomes it, he becomes invincible. And that is where contemporary success tales mislead you. They present the highlight reels, the mansions, the awards, the trophies, but they never show the nights of doubt, the sacrifices, the tears, the silent suffering. The Stoics would say, that is the true success. Not the trophies, not the praise, but the scars. Because scars show that you endured the battle. Scars show that you didn't flee while it hurt. Scars show that you paid the price and continued on. The brutal Stoic truth about success is this. You can't cheat the process. You can't bypass the suffering. You can't counterfeit the discipline. And when you attempt to, life betrays you. Success falls apart at your shaky base. But if you accept the pain, if you accept the price, if you grit through with discipline, you stand above everyone else. Because whereas they were keeping clear of the storm, you were tempered within it. That is the difference. That is the Stoic truth. And that is the cost of success. But here is where Stoicism makes a hard turn from what everyone else wants to hear. Success, unvarnished, is not happiness. It is not ease. It is about obligation. Marcus Aurelius, as Emperor of Rome, never mixed his position with indulgence. He kept reminding himself that each new dawn was not a gift of leisure, but a reminder, you woke up now, do your work as a human being. Think of it. The most influential man on the planet didn't perceive mornings as a time to break free, but as a summons to duty. That is the bitter truth. People have chosen to disregard. They desire success to be a feeling of liberty, when in fact it can be a weightier bondage. Why? Because the greater you become, the greater the burden you bear on your shoulders. Epictetus taught. Freedom is the only appropriate goal in life. It is achieved by ignoring things that are outside our power. Consider that most folks think success is freedom. The Stoics taught success is finding out what not to control. Here is where the gap occurs. Most of us pursue money, fame, or power and believe these will, at last, quiet our doubts. But the Stoics instruct us, with every external success comes a price. With riches comes envy. With power comes criticism. With praise comes constant expectation. Seneca, himself one of the richest men of his day, knew it first hand. Rich as he was, he cautioned that riches without restraint masters you quicker than poverty can. He famously uttered, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." And this is the harsh lesson: success, when it is founded on excuses, falls. But success founded upon Stoic virtues stands the test of time because it is not based on approval, results, or even ease. It relies on your capacity to master yourself when everything else goes haywire. The Stoics weren't concerned with the sheen of triumph. They were concerned with the discipline that came with it, which is why Marcus Aurelius was able to stroll through the festive streets of Rome and say to himself, "All of this is temporary," not arrogance perspective. You see, the thing is, success isn't about reaching higher, but about remaining steadfast when the world attempts to bring you crashing down. Now, let's shatter the myths about success that society feeds us. Myth number 1. Success means you'll finally feel satisfied. The Stoics would have a good chuckle at this. Satisfaction is not derived from accomplishment. It is derived from alignment, doing what is right, no matter what the payoff. Marcus Aurelius penned the following: "If you are pained by external things, it is not they that disturb you, but your judgment about them." Success will not eliminate your internal struggle. It will just make it more apparent. Myth number 2. Success makes life easier. No, it makes life more difficult, but more difficult in a way that polishes you. Imagine iron in the furnace. Fire doesn't burn it up, it hardens it. Seneca referred to adversity as the school of greatness. If your definition of success requires comfort, it will fall apart when the pressure's on. Myth number 3. Success equals freedom from strife. This is the most perilous illusion. The Stoics believed in the path of struggle. Epictetus, who was once a slave, told his students, "The more you flee from trouble, the weaker you will be," he said. Difficulties show a person's character. If you flee from the struggle, you flee from the very achievement you say you desire. And this is where the brutal Stoic truth hurts. Success is a duty, not a prize. It is not the elimination of challenges. It is your capability to walk directly through them. Marcus Aurelius, saddled with wars, plagues, and betrayals, did not pray for a less difficult empire. He conditioned his mind to withstand a harder one. That is what made him great. Not the crown, not the throne, the strength. But here is the warning that no one advises you. The more successful you become, the harder life will push you. Each triumph is followed by an even greater war. Each success adds a heavier weight to your shoulders. And this is where everyone fails. They assume success had betrayed them. They assume they did something wrong. But the Stoics were aware, this is the plan, this is the toll. Because success doesn't care about how badly you want it. It only cares if you are tough enough to grip it. So, how do you ride out success without being consumed by it? The Stoics left us with tactics, not for pursuing success, but for bearing it. And these tactics are ruthless, because they dispel illusions. Tactic 1, practice voluntary hardship. Seneca slept on the ground, dressed in coarse clothes, and lived on simple bread even when he was rich. Why? To be reminded that comfort is a luxury, not necessity. Success won't turn you soft. If you condition yourself to accept discomfort on a daily basis. Strategy 2. Memento mori, keep death in mind. Marcus Aurelius started every day with the following thought: you may leave life at any moment. Why? Because success fools you into believing you have time. But the Stoics understood that urgency is power. When you recall that life is short, you cease to waste it. Strategy 3. Amor fati. Love your fate. Epictetus instructed his students not merely to endure difficulties, but to embrace them. Think about it. Rather than cursing the challenges that success brings, you view them as part of the blessing. The crown and the burden are two sides of the same coin strategy. 4. Maintain focus on what you control. This is the Stoic sword that slices through chaos. You don't have power over the critics, the failures, or the betrayals. But you do have power over your decisions, your discipline, your virtue. Success doesn't belong to those who steer clear of chaos. Success belongs to those who remain unshaken within it. Strategy 5. Remember, success is service. Marcus Aurelius did not view himself as a ruler over men, but rather as a servant of Rome. The Stoics remind us, success isn't about you. It is about how much burden you can bear for others. And here is the cold, hard truth. If you desire success only for yourself, it will consume you. But if you view success as a responsibility, as a means of serving something larger than yourself, it will make you somebody unbreakable. But still, there is one last brutal Stoic truth about success. A reality so naked that most flee from it. And if you don't pay attention to it, no plan, no routine, no prudence can save you. Here it is, the last Stoic truth about success. Success is not a victory. It is a weight. The world teaches you that success is liberation, the car, the cash, the adoration. But the Stoics knew better. Success is shackles. Shackles that enslave you to expectations, to stress, to enemies you didn't even realize you had. Seneca cautioned, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, who is poor." Success does not liberate you from craving. Success makes craving louder, and if you don't control yourself, it will enslave you. Marcus Aurelius bore the Roman Empire on his shoulders. But he never took the victory to himself. He wrote, "Do not waste what remains of your life on what others think of you." Even when he was the most powerful man on earth, he did not let himself be controlled by opinion. That is the hard Stoic truth. Success will challenge you more than failure. Failure strips you bare. Success blinds you with gold. Failure humbles you. Success seduces you with pride. Failure instructs. Success deludes. So what do? You bear success the way the Stoics bore their crowns, as a burden, not a trophy. You remind yourself that wealth, fame, and power are externals. They may disappear at any instant. The only thing that is indelibly yours is your character. The man who conquers himself is free, whether he goes in rags or in robes. The man who is conquered by success is already a slave, even if he gets to the top. And that is the hard, last truth. Success won't make you strong. It just shows whether you are. So the question isn't, how do I win? The question is, am I prepared to bear the burden when I do? Because the Stoics would remind you, that is the only type of success that endures.